It is countdown to like less than 4 weeks to KBIS. And so I don't know about you, but over here at Fiery Effects, we've been doing some prep for the show. It'll be my second time there, but first time that our team is attending. But I'm also no stranger to a Vegas trade show. I did a lot of tours at CES in my corporate career. But let's talk about just 3 ways that you can really get the most from an event by doing a little work beforehand. One of the best pieces of advice, guidance I ever got about attending an event, whether it's a trade show or a mastermind or anything, was to, when I registered for said event, to put time on my calendar for after the event to do something with the information that I got at the event. And this has been a lifesaver because I have many times come back from even a networking event with a stack of cards that sat on my desk or a lot of good intentions that never made it off the ground. So if you do nothing else, go to your calendar right now, set aside at least an hour, maybe a 2-hour block, maybe 3 1-hour blocks to go ahead and process through all of the things that you're going to see and learn at KBIS. Because without that dedicated time, it's really just hard to come back and be able to take advantage of the investment you just made of your time and energy and money and travel plans. If you do nothing else, if you shut off this video now, if you tune out, go set aside some time after the show to take action on the information you're going to get there. All right. So second thing is decide how you are going to gather information. When I say gather information, I've made it kind of broad. My brain needs a framework. So when I think about gathering information, I'm probably going to get some contacts, some business cards. One of our goals with attending KBIS is to make new connections, get closer to the people who might be our clients and form relationships with them so that we can know them better and know how to serve them better. So Harry, what are you going to do with business cards? I'm not a paper kind of girl. That's a whole other video. I prefer to take a picture of someone's business card instead of take a physical thing from them. I've also been able to take advantage of people's QR codes and their digital business cards, but decide where that information is going. If you prefer old school paper pen kind of person, great. Have an envelope for your cards. Have a way to gather them and keep them. Have a pen with you so you can write notes on them, but decide ahead of time how you're going to get contact information. Also, what about all the product information you're going to get at the show? There is so much to see and look at and know. So how are you going to gather that information? Again, if you've got a notebook, great. If you've got a place for it. If you're a little less paper friendly than like me, I'm capturing everything with my camera on my phone, putting it into either an album, tagging the pictures, or using something like Notion to just aggregate that information all in one place. And then the other thing is you'll probably be taking some notes at workshops or attending sessions. Again, where's that information going? If you've got your notebook and you've got a section for that, cool. If you're more digital, are you taking notes on your iPad? I will sometimes take notes in my notebook and then digitize them, but just think it through so that you can already have that framework in place and put things where it makes sense. And finally, the last bit of gathering information is expenses, receipts. Again, not a paper girl. I do not want this paper running around or having to sort through it. I, again, am using my phone and my camera for capturing receipts. I use a service called HubDoc because I use Xero for bookkeeping and they talk to each other. It doesn't have to be fancy. You could literally just take the pictures and put them in an album and have that for your receipts. Or you can use something like HubDoc. Or if you're using QuickBooks Online has a receipt capture. But if you take a couple minutes to think through how you're going to do it, and even if it's an envelope, great. Just make sure you've got that envelope somewhere so that when you come back to your hotel room at night, all the receipts can go in it. All right, so that's how thinking through all the ways that you're going to capture or gather information at the show. Which brings us to our third way to prepare to get the most value out of KBIS, which is how are you going to distribute information? So business cards. Yeah, this is the tried and true way. So if you have business cards, do you have enough? Because now's the time to be ordering them. Are they up to date? This was also something we were thinking about. Maybe you want a digital business card. So there are many services out there where you can go create a digital business card. And or maybe you want those contacts in a different place. So thinking about how you want to exchange information. I've also got a token that does the near field technology, so I can just hold it next to somebody's phone and it will give them the information. So thinking through how you want to distribute your connection contact information. Then also, do you have service or product information that you're distributing? Flyer, a link, making it easy for people to get back in touch with you. Also thinking about maybe some of the follow-up emails. So perhaps you meet somebody, perhaps they take your flyer. Is there a specific page on your website they're coming to? Your website /KBIS, do that. Or do you have some follow-up emails that you're going to send after the show? Because thinking through some of those things ahead of time, how you're going to distribute information, means that it's so much easier to do that real time. When somebody asks a question, you have an answer, and you are taking advantage of that face-to-face relationship building when you have the opportunity. All right, so that's 3 ways that you can prepare for KBIS. And if you're going to be there, connect. Let's get in touch. Let's take advantage of this time in the real world together.